normally, right? You all thought it's the bad guy, no, or the bad woman. No, it's not. He's the person that is I would say, the backbone of the entire chapter. All right. Without the backbone, the body cannot move or cannot function. So with that, you are all the parts of the backbone. Okay. You support the whole, like the spine. Okay. So you have the growth coordinator, attendance coordinator. We have the referrals to make sure that the referrals are passed are correct. Applications and renewal, that's one of the most important, because, you know, the member may want to renew, but if it's not performing member, how are we going to deal with it? So this is a very tough job. But at the same time, it practices your skills, your human people skills, right? The people relationship skills. And last but not least, mentor coordinator, where you assign a mentor to the new incoming member. Yeah. I just want to say baby, right? Because Gabriel from Matrix just had a baby yesterday. I mean, not him, the wife. And next, Secretary Treasurer, we have a feature presentation task force and also events coordinator, right? So what's the DC? A lot of people hit behind, DC, especially Lenny, maybe she's new. Of course, Lenny, I'm sure she knows Eugene is a DC for Star Chapter. DC is a liaison between our chapter, your chapter, and the national office. Okay, over here we put regional, but it's actually national. He or she is a resource to help us to grow the business. So if you have a request, for example, okay, all of you here, if you say, hey, I need someone to do a 3D animation, don't go to Google. Ask your DC. Your DC will know the entire region, because you ask which DC, there's a DC chat, and say, hey, who does a 3D animation? So usually there's two names pop up, Wayne from Champions and Jia Wei from Raffles. Okay? So or you say, hey, I'm looking to Forex investment. Duke is here, the president of the chapter. So what I'm saying here, or you like kitchen stainless steel a supplier. Kelvin Chai from Abundance, she's the Starlight, the name is Starlight, right? Starlight Kitchen Supply. So your DC has the information. So look for your DC, because your DC is able to get inter-chapters referrals. They also be part of the chapter when they do network education to do a small segment. And they also do a feature presentation once every 8 weeks, right? Where the 6-minute, one of the 6-minute pass to the DC. Of course, the DC will bring a draw gift. Okay, the DC will bring a draw gift. And then last but not least, 3 more points. Strong support for the BNI system, because maybe you are new chapter, maybe you are a chapter that's 10 years old, but we know we need to upgrade and follow the system. Goal setting, definitely. Goal setting for sure. And then one-to-one with members. In fact, actually, DCs, we are encouraged to do 1-to-0. 1-to-0, not 1-to-1. So it means you share with me your gain sheet. I will see who I can connect you with, either myself or with other chapter. Okay, so that's basically the role of a DC. In short, they are a coach for the chapter. They themselves are in a chapter, but we assign them to coach you. All right? Yeah. So with that, that's the role of DC. And let's go. So President chairs the meeting. Later, we're going to learn a bit more. But just now in the morning, we had a fantastic demonstration by Candy, how a president chairs and run a fantastic, empowering, inspiring meeting. Next, the role, right, is for the chapter. Say, hey, but Jonathan, I'm an MC, right, staff, right? I'm a membership committee. Why should I know, or Shin, why should I know about the president role? Steph, would you want to answer this? Just, I don't know, no right and no wrong, but I put you on the spot, right? Steph Chua, Crescendo. Why do you think you know the role of a president or vice president and a secretary?
What is the role of the president, is it?
No. Why are we going through the roles with you? You
I guess because, yes, I guess because we are a membership committee, so new members, generally we are the first touch point. And if they have any queries with regards to the chapter, we will want to refer them to the president. So I think on our side, since we are the first touch point, it's also professional that we know and are kept well informed in terms of the roles and responsibility of each individual contributing members within the SLT.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's a great answer. I'd like to hear from Harasha from Venus, why do you think you need to know the role of the president, vice president, or the secretary treasurer, even though you are the MC team? Harsha?
We play an important part in ensuring that the members are doing what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
And also, as when we select new members in the application, they got to understand what this chapter is about, what we care about, and we see if there's alignment. I mean, that's how I see it.
Okay, very good. Good question. Good answers from Marasha. Is like to know the roles. Okay, same for Steph. So I haven't heard someone say, I thought, hey, Harsha, I was expecting from you, because I'm going to be the next president. Hey, y'all don't laugh. LOL, please. Because I'm going to be the next president. Take over Donald Trump. No. I mean, yeah. True or not? Hey. Yeah, say, hey, because I want to know the role of the president, vice president, so that, hey, I think that role suits me. Next term, I'm aiming for that, right? I'm aiming for that, right? So, no, Harsha very humble. Harsha, no, I let us do it first, right? Okay. Anyway, there is a, the Has and Harsha sounds a bit the same, you know what I mean? Okay, I'll leave that to Stacey. All right, back to, those of you who attended my training, I like to joke a fair bit, because if not, everybody, because especially right now, after lunch. True or not, Gary? Okay, so vision for the chapter, run a great meeting. Okay, I'm going to make it fast. Pre-meeting preparation, that means who is inducting today, right? Whose birthday is it today, all right? If you have not have a birthday celebration for your chapter, please talk to your chapter team, right? Say, hey, this month's all the March babies. Who are the March babies? Let's celebrate together. Or the February babies already gone, right? Communication with members. What are the communication we need to tell the members? Last but not least, next one, vice president, right? New membership application, reviewing member participation. This is where MCs, all of you that type the MCs, you membership committee, you are helping them to deal with conflict as well. So MC, membership committee, one of your roles is to listen out every week. Members, 30 seconds. So for example, I'm a realtor, okay? I'm a commercial realtor. And then of course the chapter has a residential realtor. And today I said, hey, I've got a good class bungalow for sale. And nobody react. Bungan will probably say, Jonathan, can I have a word with you outside? Why? Hey, but you're commercial, you cannot say you got good class bungalow for sale or no. How would Susan be feeling it? Right? So this is, right, please do not, as MC, one of your roles is really to focus and listen out whether members have overstepped other members. Because why? Small disagreement starts from here. Right, because I'm so excited, I've got a good class bungalow, and then suddenly I just said, blah, right? So, okay, so MC, please do pay attention to chapter members 30 seconds, because that's part of your role to support the VP. The VP will, of course, speak to the member, but you need to listen out and say, hey, VP, I think John just said something a bit not in his trade, okay? Not in his trade, all right, thank you. Next, ST, right? So Secretary Treasurer, right now, we do not collect much funds because it's on Zoom, and really if without Zoom we will not be here, and without Zoom there will not be business pass. So really like to thank Graham for his foresight in his leadership when in February he already decided and bought a Zoom account for the entire 9,000 plus chapters that time, but now we are 10,000 chapters. Okay, so so Secretary, what do you do? After the VP, the Vice President approve or the MC approve the application or renewing, you can arrange for all these. So Secretary Treasurer, so this is one of them. The other one, of course, feature presentation speaker. So this is supported by the events, because as long as the new member, renewing member attends MSP training for the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, fifth time renewing, then they are allowed to do their feature presentation. Okay, so that's very important. We want everybody to be aligned. Yeah. So this is from one of the greatest basketball players. He said, you know what? Great things come from hard work and perseverance and no excuses. Yeah. Okay. So what's your chapter goal? So all chapter goals, I'm sure you're going to discuss with your own team and then formulate this right together with your chapter members. Right, so the MC, you also play a role. Say, hey, let's have everybody up above 50% of the chapter member be green. So MC, that's your chapter go. You can contribute to that as well. Yeah. So next, we do share that there's a lot of members that make more money because the chapter is big. Okay, it is true. Okay, because why? More members make more money. So if you are chapter that is 25, 30, hey, you have more to grow. Because why? You can grow up to 50 with another 25 more trades, right? Don't need to slice the trade. Let's have more trades. There's so many trades out there, right? Next, MMM. So more members make more money. So this is an example of this is stats from BNI itself. So if you see, when your chapter of 25 is at 30,000, but when your chapter of 50 or more, it's usually this is in US dollar, 46,000 and more. Okay, so quality members, not just member, because the member can just come in and fill the empty seat, but we don't want bench warmers. We want productive and giving members. So this is the pillar. So it's about be, do, have, right? As chapter members, let's be a proud member. Let's be a proud SLT team and do what a SLT or a leadership team need to do. Then we can have the 5-star awards. We can have the results created by the team. So it's a be, do, have. Right? I'm going to run through that too much. Okay. So goal setting. This one you will do with your do a quick assignment together with your DCs as well as your LT. So what get measured, get done. That's what the vice president always says. And I like to share with all of you. One of the vision is to have 100,000, not 10,000, but 100,000 entrepreneurs to visit your chapter. Okay, to have a positive experience of what BNI is about. And I visited one of the chapters. Say, everybody knows. I met this member. I'm so excited. Everybody should know about philosophy of givers gain, right? So isn't it true? So if you agree, please put a GG, right? Givers gain, right? Givers gain. So share. They may not be a chapter member, but they go out there and say, hey, there's this philosophy that I learned from BNI. It's about givers gain, about passing referrals without expecting anything, but in return, right, paying it forward, but in a business sense. So let's have 100,000 Singapore members, or rather entrepreneurs, experience your chapter, be it whether it's Pinnacle, whether it's Future, whether it's Crescendo. Let them experience what your culture is and positive experience of your chapter's greatness. Right, so mission 2021 is to grow by 1688 members by end of this year. I'm sure we can make it, right? And 2001 members by next year, September. I'll tell you why next year, September. Right, but this year, let's focus on 1688. So how do we achieve this? There's only 3 ways. Number 1, focus on chapter members' experience. Okay, chapter member experience and building relationship. Build relationship with all chapter members. Okay, focus on that. That's number 1. There's only 3, right? This is leaky bucket, right? What I mean by, you see, the thing is that with members leaving, constantly leaving, what's going to happen is that, let's say example, Mark from Platinum, he trains me on his 101, what he does. Okay, so social advertising and all that. Then after training me for 6 months, I leave the chapter. Okay, I leave the chapter. Somebody comes in, correct? Let's say Candy comes in, Mark have to retrain or do a dance. Same for the rest of the Platinum chapter members, have to re-dance with them to know what he or she do. So that's a waste of resources. So let's keep it tight, right? Let's build that relationship. And that's why I want to focus on this, retention. Retention, if you split the retention, is regular, what? Attention. Regular attention. Can you put RA into the chat, please? RA, what? Regular attention. So regular attention comes from where? 365 days. It's not because he's new, then I put my attention on. No. Even if it's the 11th month member, I'm going to pay more attention. Because why? Whether he stay or not depends on me, not depends on him. Are you all with me? It depends on who? Come, point the finger at yourself. Depends on moi, me. Okay, because why? If you're not giving me attention, you know what? Somebody's giving me attention, I'm going out, right? So same for employee and staff. What we're learning today it can be applied in your business. So retention is regular but not one-time off process that starts from the day the member joins, okay, or renew. So let's pay regular attention to our members. Number 2, strategy. Meeting of a lifetime, right? Let's invite business owner for a meeting of a lifetime. Can you all put down there? ML, meeting of a lifetime. Why? That means they meet to they come to chapter meeting. Wow, that's the meeting of a lifetime, the business meeting. Wow, I'm so impressed. I had a positive experience, right? Ivy, Andrea, right? When they go to Vision, bam, right? That's it. Or Kenny or Bungan, they go to Esprit, the only evening chapter in the entire Singapore, right? Wow, that was the best use of my time. So let them experience the meeting of a lifetime, okay? So that they can say that, hey, that was worth my 2 hours on Zoom, right? Or eventually we're going to return to physical meeting, right? Let them have the meeting of lifetime. That person, when they experience meeting of lifetime, you know what? They'll give you a referral one way or another. But if they have a lousy experience, do you think they're going to give a referral to the chapter? No way, right? So let's focus on ML, meeting of a lifetime. Last but not least, third one is invite a business owner to be, or a friend to be part of BNI. Okay, so let's sponsor one up. Can you put sponsor one, S1, sponsor one up? Right, sponsor one, whether it's in your chapter or not. So let's say from Cynthia is from Origin. So Cynthia has a friend, let's say real estate. He can sponsor into Raffles or sponsor to a new core group. Guess what? Somewhere, let's say Crescendo will sponsor someone in Cynthia's Origins chapter or in Raffles chapter. Because why? We are all the same. We want the best for our friend. But because if the chapter trade is locked out, guess what? Put him in a good chapter. Check with the DC. Hey, what's a good chapter to put my business partner, my friend? Very keen there. Wow, want to put money already, but then the money, you all don't accept it. How? Right, put them in a good chapter. And I like to acknowledge this point. Max just came in from, last time he used to be in Singapore. He went to Malaysia and then he came back. And then when he came back, he enrolled at least 2 or 3 others. And then he put one in another chapter, which is his business partner in the Venus chapter. So, you know, amazing, right? So let's sponsor up, okay? Thank you for all, thank you Flix, right? Flix also another guy from Synergy that's been sponsoring and telling people, right? And then we have Keith, 20th member, 21st year member, right? Keith, you don't know him, he's a legend, he's a dinosaur. No, sorry. You erase that word. Not dinosaur. He's a legend. It's longer than me, man. He is BNI himself, right? Keith from Pinnacle, right? So look, let's sponsor one up. And, you know, we have what? How many people? 100 and 200 people here. We sponsor one up. That's it. We have 400 already. Easy. Type it easy. EASEASY. And become an English class like that. Huh? You all agree? Nobody laughing. That means nobody paying attention. Only Amanda laughing. Okay, so I want to share this. Thank you, Jasmine, right? So you all don't know Jasmine. Jasmine's office is an art studio person, right, from Raffles. Office in Paya Lebar Mall. If you have kids that learn art, please connect with Jasmine, okay, from Raffles. And
thanks for the shout out, Jonathan.
No problem. Okay, right. So BNI Connect, what is it about? Okay, what is this about? I'm just going to share that although the number of cases in your community is low, we are still very vulnerable and at risk. Okay, we are not safe till everyone is safe. Till the vaccine or till the close is safe, right? Last year in the COVID, I remember a poster. So they put a matchsticks, and then you just need one matchsticks to light up. Guess what? The whole matchbox is gone. Okay, so what I want to share is that let's keep things safe. Let's stay safe, right? Practice safe distancing. Practice what is required by the government. Okay, don't be negligent, right? Don't be negligent. Okay, and so I want to emphasize this, please, because we care, right? We don't want any physical chapter meeting of any kind. Okay, no chapter meeting and not even inviting visitors. Okay, Because why? It's a big group, right? If you want to meet the person outside, it's okay because that's outside of BNI. Okay, so most importantly, we care about you and your family. Just for for your reference, India members, some of them actually died from COVID, not because of the chapter, no, because all were online, but because they were traveling outside, they were walking, they bought something. So it was quite sad that we hear BNI members, especially those in the president role or the LT roles, that passed away because of COVID. So please, I need to emphasize this. We all care about you. Let's not have one chapter. Let's not have one chapter, spoil the soup for the rest of the 30 chapter. Okay, we're going to grow to 50. We're going to go to 80 chapters. Let's set this in the right state. Okay, so we care. Can you type in, if you care, can put I care for, just put I care. Can you type in, please? Write I care for my chapter member, because it's all up to you. If you see a fellow member doing the wrong thing, please say, hey, I care about you. Please don't do foolish things. Okay, thank you. Right, I care. Thank you, Flora. Thank you, Eugene. Pretty, thank you. Right, Kenny, thank you. Right, Hansen. Right, I care. Because people don't care how much you know. They only know how much you care. So it's the same. I care for all of you. I don't want any of you or your family, because why? As much as we got money, right? But if you lose your health, then what's the referral for? Okay, right. So with that, I'll just move on quickly. Thank you for those who acknowledge it. Okay, I care, look for Canton. Yeah, that's the I one, right? Thank you. Right, next. Oops, okay, give me a minute. All right, so we are making a promise. For my role, I'm making a promise for you to expand the business. I am also creating industry leaders. We did have an industry leaders event. I'm going to create more events, networking with each other. I know there's no cross-chapter visit, but the DCs are organizing cross-chapter together meeting, okay? Because why? There's no purpose for you to come over my chapter to listen to me, right? Because why? You want to meet me, and then you're not going to meet the rest. And then even if you come to my chapter, nobody's going to give you the referral unless I get to know you. So my promise to you, to the rest of you, is that I'm organizing leaders, I'm organizing global connections and also meetings. So please be patient, right? We are taking things one step at a time. So once things are all okay, I'm sure we will do our best to have everything for you, right? To add value to you, in short. Okay. We don't sell membership. This is from Graham. We transform lives, right? So that's the conversation we have. And last but not least, there's NDA agreement, but that's only for LTs. And this is our target for this year, 1688. All right. So, and I'd like to share, I'll end with this. This is a Singapore dream, right? BNI Singapore, BNI National Office dream, to have Global Convention 2020 in Singapore, to invite 7,000 foreign delegates in Singapore. Can you imagine how much chili crab they're going to eat? Okay, some people don't like chili crab. Okay, durian. Okay, don't want. Chicken rice, satay. Right, Honey is like, what satay? No, okay. Good. So let's have more, because why? Once they see the structure of BNI Singapore, Singapore's safety and economic, right? They definitely will bring their clients to invest. Once they open up corporate CorpSec, open a company, guess what? The whole chapter is going to benefit. The whole chapter is going to benefit. So definitely, I'm proposing this in April and May to the BNI HQ. So let's have the finger crossed, but I need you all to be with me. Can you all agree? So let's, type in 2022. Can you all type in 2022 Singapore Dream? No, just 2022, because this is just next year and it's very short, but let's have 7,000 foreign delegates here so that we can put Singapore on the map of all the international world of BNI members. Thank you everyone. Right, May, thank you Han Wei, thank you Daryl. Yes, let's rock. Okay, so with that, I'm going to hand over to our national trainer, Vern, to take on the next session. Yes, thank you. Over to you, Vern.
All right, thank you to Jonathan. Okay, hold on, just let me sort that. So in the meantime, while loading up the slide, can I just check, can all those members who are first time taking up the role of VP, please enter 1 in the chat room. First time VP. All right, so the rest are quite experienced. All right, okay, couple. Jesse, Sharon, Synergy. Yeah. How about first time in the membership committee? Please press 2 in the chat room. Okay, so we can see from here that we quite a number of experienced VP and MC. So I think today's session is going to be quite a breeze for most of us. Yeah, some of them coming in already. Okay, now the most important thing over here is to understand as a VP or in the MC committee, right? Okay, so don't mind, just help me mute up.
没有这样快啊，我知道。
Hang on, Okay, fantastic. So if you find that your mic is on, please mute it up first. Whatever conversation will be taken into the chat group first. Now, first of all, as a membership committee, inclusive of VP, it's actually a very interesting team because I would say that this team is the most important team in BNI chapter. Why do I say that? Because the membership committee can even terminate, our president as well. So president is not the highest, neither is it the VP or the ST, because membership committee do have the power, to actually so-called sack, the leadership team if they do not fulfill certain criteria. Now, of course, that's the part whereby membership committee sometimes members will take it as, wow, they are like that one, they are so tough, or they are strict, or disciplined, whatever. So that's why just now Jonathan was mentioning, right, they are look like the bad man or the bad woman, all right? In fact, we are the bad man with the heart, all right? So basically, over here, I just move on from there. Now, in the terms of the membership committee, just to take note, today I'll run it a bit fast, so it may be a bit heavy. But don't worry about that because the slides will be made available to you. And whatever discussed, there will be manual, There's actually a manual. And even you talk about interview, talk about meeting agenda and stuff like that, it's all on paper. So don't have to worry about that. So just run through with me accordingly. Now, so over here during your BNI terms, right, you may hear some terms like general policies, administrative policies, or even best practices, all right? So basically just take note when we talk about general policies and administrative policies, these are the policies that we need to adhere to, we need to stick to, and it needs to be enforced by the membership committee. However, when you hear guidelines, best practices, these are some things that we found that it's the best practices that some of the chapters, they adopt it and they have great value from that as well. So you can actually look into it as part of your chapter practices. All right. Now, why is it important to enforce policy? Actually, as a membership committee, I feel it's actually to protect our own members. All right. It's actually to protect the integrity, the trust of our referral partners, which are your fellow members. The reason for that is because if let's say, for example, they do certain things. Let's say, for example, they did not pass referral, they never bring visitors, they are always late, kind of thing, right? It's actually don't look well on them in terms of credibility. So that's the reason why membership committee comes in to see how you can help the fellow members to improve, the visibility, because we talk about visibility equal plus credibility equal profitability, But if you have a negative visibility, then at the end of the day, you have a lesser or negative credibility. So we want to ensure all members, all members in your chapter actually has better relationship and trust, among each other. Next thing, just now, Jonathan did mention about Vice President, the role, as you hear every week, when the VP stand up to talk about their role, is basically to track the performance of the chapter. At the same time, they also chair, or rather you also chair the membership committee, all right? And when we talk about membership committee, who should be in the membership committee? The membership committee should be odd number. The reason for that is because in case there's a voting required, at least you don't have an even number and we come into the dilemma. So preferably odd number, that means when there's voting required, there must be odd number. And preferably they are in BNI for at least 6 months, at least one term, so that they have really experienced BNI, or rather a chapter as a whole. However, if it's a new chapter, of course, no choice, new member. Preferably green member. Why? Because as a membership committee, you'll be looking out to help members to improve on their contribution to the chapter. It means to say that if you are a red member, even you are a green member, why should they listen to you? So that's the reason why, you have to be at least amber, if not green member. Now, of course, last but not least, the VP will chair, and VP do have the voting option, as with the committee as well. Now, next week in terms of commitment, all right, we also look at weekly membership committee check-in. This is something like after your weekly meeting, okay, your membership committee can stay back for a quick while, probably around 10 to 15 minutes, all right, for a quick session. The quick session is actually to review, okay, in terms of any new application that comes in, okay, review anyone who actually missed out and absent today. Probably you can do something about it, give them a call, say hello, how are you, the kind of thing. So it's something that we want to immediately take action. So it's a highly recommended, okay, for the membership committee to stay back after your weekly meeting for that 5 to 10 minutes, actually quite fast one, 5 to 10 minutes, okay, to settle all these things and before going back to your business. Now, we also do have monthly meeting with the membership committee. So don't worry, this monthly meeting, we do have a very straightforward agenda, all right? If you do it fast, okay, it can be as fast as 15 minutes. If you add on other concerns to come in, it can last until 30 minutes or so. All right, so basically share the monthly meeting. All right, this monthly meeting, I'll tell you when it's best time to actually hold it. All right, so basically during this monthly meeting, membership committee meeting, we need some information. We need a PALMS report whereby the VP need to generate it. All right, we need to have understanding of member traffic light, the training records, and also which other member are going to renew soon. So these are some things that we will discuss along the way during the monthly membership committee meeting. All right. And of course, please do it prior, okay, to the following month. Meaning to say that submit this agenda, this meeting form, okay, to your director consultant and also to the national office by the 7th of the month. The reason for that is because on the 8th, or rather on the second week of the month, usually we have the LT roundtable. So we need all this information prior to that. All right. So when it comes to this, just like I mentioned, every 2 weeks, every second week of the month, we have LT roundtable where all the LT comes together, okay, whereby national office will delegate some information, some discussion, and so on and so forth. So if we know that second week is the LT roundtable, all right, and the next thing we also know that the members traffic light will be out, okay, usually on the first week of the month, all right, probably by the 5th. Then we should hold our LT meeting and MC meeting as early as possible. Now, in the past, some of the MC and LT meeting are held after the member traffic light. That means once you receive the member traffic light, then you hold the membership committee meeting. After the MC meeting, then you hold the LT meeting. All right. However, sometimes, right, it may be a bit, they may have some issues because if, let's say, for example, some of the chapters do not submit their PALMS report on time, it may delay, okay, the member traffic light. That's the reason why we HQ, rather say the national office, will try to give you as early as possible, but there may be certain delay. That's why I'm saying 5th. Sometimes maybe earlier. All right. Now, that's the reason why I highly recommend the membership committee to hold your monthly meeting after your last, on the last week of the month. That means after your chapter meeting, you can hold your membership meeting while everybody is still there. Okay, while everybody is still there. After that, you can hold your LT meeting thereafter. Now, once you receive the member traffic light, okay, just like I mentioned, you have your membership committee weekly chat, okay, weekly update. You can use that time to decide, okay, which are the member that you want to handhold, which are the member that you want to put on probation or they need help, that kind of thing. Okay, so this can be something that you can consider, all right, to avoid any form of delay. Now, next thing, we talk about the roles and responsibility. All right, roles and responsibility. So in terms of VP roles and responsibility, actually to conduct or rather to chair the membership committee meeting. All right. I think the most important thing over here is not to take up everything. The best way is actually to delegate as much responsibility as possible. So it means to say that you must make sure that your members, okay, are doing the right thing, are doing things right. All right. And at the same time, monitor the accountability letters. All right, all these letters are available. Monitor chapter growth. Okay, track application review. Basically monitoring the mentoring program. Okay, and even review member participation record. All right, this is all in the PALMS record. All right. Now, of course, VP is also very important because we need you to update the PALMS report. Okay, now for the new VP, you don't know what's going on, no issues. The existing VP will assist on that. All right. Basically, it's a statistic that we enter. So whatever members they enter, their referral, their visitor, okay, will be entered into the BNI Connect. So VP will need to log into the system to update, to approve something along this line. All right. So within 24 hours. Okay. Why within 24 hours? Because our member traffic light, okay, depends on this information. So that's the reason why it's important, okay, that we submit accordingly. All right. At the same time, update the meeting stat and also have a weekly call with LT and DC. So on the weekly basis, okay, for 15 minutes or so, okay, the LT, including of the VP, ST, and the president, okay, we have the weekly call with the director consultant over the call, over Zoom, for example, just to get things over in the sense that same thing. What is the immediate things that we need to do? What do we need to do to prepare for next week and so on and so forth? So the immediate tasks that we need to take look into, rather than waiting for the end of the month, then we discuss about it. That will be too late already. All right. Membership committee consists of a few key roles. All right. There will be a growth coordinator, the attendance coordinator, the referral quality coordinator, application, all right, and also mentor coordinator. All right. However, for my segment, okay, I'll only be touching on the attendance, referral, and application. Later on, there'll be other trainers specifically targeting on the growth and mentor. All right. So if you're a growth and mentor, do listen attentively for the next section. Now, however, if your chapter is big enough, you do have manpower or resources to spare, okay, you can actually delegate into even a more specific role, okay, like those in green and yellow, like gold green coordinator, visitor. That means the membership committee is only in charge of visitor, one only in charge of thank you for close business, only in charge of training, and also only in charge of retention. This is only if, let's say, for example, your chapter is large enough to have this additional role. Okay. Now nowadays, quite a number of chapters already have included gold green coordinator to help the member traffic light to go up as well. All right. So later on, we also in the next section, we also have a segment on gold green coordinator. All right. When we talk about the entire journey of a member from renewing, okay, to from joining to renewing, okay, we always start from screening new application. Okay, so basically during the visitor orientation, okay, the facilitator will run through the presentation, then they'll ask whether the visitor would they like to apply, or if they have any other questions, basically either one or two. All right, so I'm going to talk about the once. So when they entered once, okay, immediately this implicate that they wanted to apply to your chapter. Okay, so when they want to apply to your chapter, okay, of course they need to fill up the application form. All right, so there's a link, okay, to the application form where they will fill up. So what's the process over here? So after they fill up, okay, fill out the application form, we need to collect the payment. We need to collect payment before even the interview. Okay, this is a very strict process. Okay, form, payment, then followed by interview. Payment could be via PayPal or using credit card or bank transfer. All right, and then after you can conduct interview. Okay, followed by reference check, and also you can even do research on the company. So some of the chapter does an extra check and so forth. Okay, these are things that you can be doing for that person. Okay, thereafter you want to confirm the category. Okay, with regards to category, our next trainer, Chris, will also talk about the category 2.0. Okay, so after confirming category, the MC, okay, will do a vote. Okay, to see whether they want to accept or decline this applicant. So let's say, for example, they accept. Okay, let's say we accept John, okay, who's the ID, okay, to be part of my chapter. So I will inform John, okay, that his application has been approved, and so on and so forth. We also update the LT, okay, update the mentor, even assign the mentor beforehand, and also update the national office. Okay, so these are people that we're updating as well. Thereafter, okay, once approved, we will need to collect induction kit from the national office, okay, and pass it to the new member. Now, in the past, this is from now onward, with immediate effect. Any new induction kit, okay, you have to, or the chapter has to send someone to collect from the BNI national office at PLQ. All right. Of course, we are having a new induction kit, so we are waiting for the induction kit to come. So if you have new members who have not received it, okay, have not gotten it, whatever, do wait a while. The national office will update you when the induction kit is available for collection. However, if the member, or rather the applicant is being declined, okay, of course we need to inform the applicant, okay. At the same time, we update the LT that the application has not been approved, and also the national office, so that the national office can refund, all right, the payment that the person has made prior. Okay, so basically this is a process flow of for the application. All right. Now, in terms of the choosing of or selecting or approving of the applicant, I think the most important thing over here is basically about attitude. You can think about what is the criteria of your best candidate. Is it the best company? Is it the best person? I think that's also very important because you are the gatekeeper. Membership committee is the gatekeeper, okay? And once the person comes into this room, all right, there'll be at least 1 year with you in this room, and definitely you want to choose the best person, okay, that suits the whole chapter. Now, in terms of screening application, okay, you also have to follow up within 24 hours because after a while, the applicant may become a bit cold. There's even applicant asking, hey, how come it take so long? I haven't replied back. What's the situation? So on and so forth. It doesn't leave a very good experience, okay, with the applicant. All right. So some of the things, like I mentioned, the person's attitude, especially during the interview, you can decide whether they are the best candidate in terms of is it from a credible company, is the person able to form a power team, okay, with your chapter members, okay, and increase even more referrals, and then many things, okay. However, like I mentioned, if the person is being declined, okay, BNI do have, okay, 2 accountability letter which you can mail out or rather send out to the applicant. One is classification conflict. You say that there's a conflict with an existing member, therefore they are not able to apply. Rather, they are not able to join your chapter. Another one, they are not a good fit. Now, sometimes they may ask, hey, how come am I not a good fit? I thought I'm very good. I'm able to contribute to the chapter. The thing over here is that for membership committee, you do not need to, okay, you do not need to actually answer why they are not selected. All right, basically it's just not a good fit. Okay. Next up. Hold on. Okay, next up we talk about evaluating the performance of existing members. All right. When we talk about that, right, there's a couple of things that we look into. Now, first of all, during their duration in your chapter, of course, attitude is one aspect. Commitment into the business, at the same time to fellow members is also another aspect of it. And of course, participation. Participation in BNI context is in relation to their attendance, all right, whether they are coming on to attend a meeting, or are they always sending substitute, or are they always late and stuff like that, okay? Or alternatively, also looking at referral, bring visitor, okay, doing one-to-one, and also attending training. All right, these are the things that we talk about in terms of participation. So, like I mentioned, VCP, visibility plus credibility equal profitability. But over here, we want to have positive visibility, okay, in that sense. Now, some of the information that we can get is actually like the training records and the member statistic. We can actually get it from the BNI Connect. So as a vice president, okay, once you're officially a vice president, you will have access to the BNI Connect certain function, all right, certain reports, like the personal VP report, whereby you can get hold of the statistic of individual member, or alternatively, you can also get a report of the whole chapter, all right, over 6 months, 1 year, and so on and so forth. Normally, we will get, let's say, 6 months worth of report, or even last month's worth of report, okay, so it's something you can get access to. So you can information like, for example, how are they present? Okay, are they absent? Okay, how many referrals they give? All right, how many visitors they bring? So on and so forth. These are information that is very, very important for the membership committee. All right, even how many people they sponsor and so on. So these are available inside BNI Connect for the vice president. All right. So next up, we talk about the different roles. Okay, now as let's say for example, if your attendance referral, okay, gold, green, visitor, okay, business event, training, event, retention. Now during the membership committee, right? Okay, after you get this information, okay, the statistic, certain information you would like to know. Okay, so how to decipher the information? Now first thing first, when let's say for example, I talk about attendance, I talk about attendance. I think the easiest. When you talk about attendance, if you're in charge of attendance, other than checking who come, who don't come, you will also like to find out what are the top 5 best attendee. Okay, that means they are always present, they're always 100% attendance, that kind of thing. You want to find the top 5. Okay, if you are talking about referral, you want to find the top 5 people who actually give the most referral. All right. And if you are talking about, let's say, for example, thank you for those business, top 5 that actually gave the most business. Now, other than top 5, whom you want to recognize, we also want to find the bottom 5. Okay, the bottom 5. In this case, will be the least contributing. Okay, there could be some issues that they face. So we're going to find the bottom 5, not to fault them, but rather to help them. So the top 5, we recognize them. Okay, the bottom 5, we want to help them. All right. So basically, once you get the information, you want to interpret the data and get a general trend of the chapter. And from there, you can make recommendations accordingly what to do. Okay. And sometimes, if required, you can actually request for help from either the LT or even the director consultant. All right. So let's see. Someone mic is not. Okay. Can you just check whether your mic is on, because I hear some breathing sound. Okay. Moving forth. Next up, how do you pull out the pumps report? Okay, you can pull out the pumps report just by going to BNI Connect. Okay, as a vice president, you can just go to report and search for summary pumps report. That you can fish out or rather get out the information. Usually by default is 6 months period. Okay, because our member traffic light is also based on 6 months. Okay, so before any of the meeting, okay, just make sure the VP please do prepare the report. Okay, just have it in Excel file or in whatever format. Okay, so that the committee will be able to have access to this information and make a proper discussion. So in the PALMS report, it looks something like that. So you have the names, okay, you have the PALMS, which stands for PALMS. PALMS is actually present, absent, late, okay, medical leave, or even substitute. Now the rest of the information will be more on the participation, okay, like referral given inside, referral given outside, okay, referral received inside, received outside. All right, Mr. 1-to-1, thank you for close business, and even CEU. I would like to highlight on the CEU part. Currently, CEU, which is training, is currently automated. That means based on the member traffic light, we won't be getting the CEU information from your BNI Connect. So even if you put into the BNI Connect your CEU, like for example, today you attended this training, okay, so which means to say that you can clock in CEU. But if you clock into the BNI Connect, we won't be looking into that information. It's only for your own personal reference. But the national office already have information that you attended today's session, and you'll be automatically updated into your member's traffic light. Okay, so this is something to take note of. Next up, let's say for example today during chapter meeting, someone did not attend the meeting, they are absent, not even late, not even a substitute. All right. Normally, if it's a first time, the membership committee, someone or rather the attendance coordinator can actually call them, give them a ring. So how's everything? Okay, show care and concern. All right. If they're absent again, okay, the membership committee need to send the second letter. That means the warning letter. Okay. So second absence followed by third absence. If the person received third absence, all right. Okay. Like we mentioned in the BNI policy. Okay, the person, or rather a member, cannot have more than 6 absentee within a continuous 6 months. Meaning to say that between January to June, February to July, okay, continuous 6 months, there cannot be more than 3 absentees. So means to say that if they have more than 3 absentees, all right, you need to contact your director consultant. Okay, only when the director consultant approve, all right, then you may open classified. That means you may exit the fellow members. Don't just exit like that. You must go through the direct consultant for approval first. All right. However, the good thing about this is now you do not need to send out your email or send out letter because it's automated for you by our BNI system. All right. Now, of course, later I'll share with you about that. So next up, we also have probation letter and so on and so forth. These are information that is readily available to the leadership team. Okay, so don't have to worry what is this letter, what is that letter, whatever. We all have all the letters available that you can use. How to use them is also available inside the manual as well. All right, this is an example, okay, of if you do have member, all right, if you're LT, you do have member who actually absent the first time, or you already absent the first time, you notice that in your email, you receive this information. You receive this email, your first BNI absence. Okay, and in fact, in the first line, they also even say that we miss you. Okay, from our recent BNI chapter meeting. All right, and at the back, okay, even say, as always, we are here to support you. Sign off membership committee, okay, by the BNI member success team. All right. So if let's say the person absent the second time, they'll receive the second email. Third absentee, they'll update it via the email as well. Okay, this is something that the system actually is automated. All right. Now, next thing, let's say, for example, like I mentioned, within a rolling, or rather within a continuous 6 months, you can have more than 3 absentee. What if, let's say, for example, you have an absentee in January? Okay, so within January to June, you have 1 absentee in January. But now, the next continuous 6 months is February to July. Okay, which means to your January absentee is being rolled out. Okay, rolled off. That means your January absentee is not counted inside your record anymore. Okay, which is good. But how do you know? Testing is automated. Okay, the system even let you know, congratulations, good news, your second absentee has rolled off. Okay, so it's also a good update. We also encourage the member, oh yes, okay, let's work into better attendance and stuff like that. All right, and at the same time, all these emails are also CC'd to the leadership team, the director consultant, and the national office, which means to say that membership committee, okay, the VP will also know that certain members, either they receive there's absentees, or certain members the absentees has been rolled out. Okay, which is actually very, very good news. Okay, especially for membership committee. That means their member traffic light should improve already. All right, because if I'm not wrong, 1 absentee I think minus 10 points. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, later we have a look at that. Now, next thing we look at the retaining the right members. All right, retaining the right members. Of course, we want to have the right members renewing. All right, and at the same time, I like what Jonathan just mentioned. Retention. Retention is a regular attention. All right, regular attention to the members. So over here, we also want to give regular attention to the fellow members as well. All right. So of course, over here we talk about renewal checklist. All right, renewal checklist. Instead of last minute, hey, next week renew already, No, we don't do that. Not even 1 month. 120 days. Okay, why 120 days? I'll let you have the information. I'll share with you why. Now, of course, in terms of renewal, we do not want to renew grey member. Okay, membership committee, we do not want to renew grey member because as a grey member, definitely they are not contributing. And if we put them on probation or we help them, they are still grey. That means they are not looking forward to working hand in hand with the chapters. Okay, so in short, we don't renew grey member. For red member, okay, subjected to approval, but also we are not looking to renew red member as well. Amber or green. That's the reason why we are looking at 120 days renewal process. So how this process goes, we look at certain aspect of it. What is their chapter position? What role do they have? What role do they hold? Do they give out a very positive attitude? Okay, how much business have they given so far? Any complaints about their member? All right, what is their traffic light? Okay, like attendance, referral, and so on and so forth. Okay, these are traffic light. Do they attend training? All right. Okay. Then after that, we review again 30 days. So in terms of the whole timeline, it looks something like that. Assuming this is the renewal, this is the expiry date. By the way, if the person do not make payment, once they hit expiry date, which is the first of the following month, immediately a name will be out from the system. Okay, out from the system. So don't play. So over here, we talk about 120 days. Okay, we start reviewing already. Okay, do they have the intention of renewing? Okay, and at the same time, if they do have the intention of renewing, they can actually immediately renew. But if, let's say for example, they want to renew but their traffic light is very low, okay, we will actually look into how can we support them and help them to up their traffic light by at least 1 color. All right. Then on the last 2 months, we will review again, okay, to see whether they want to renew or do we renew them or we decline. Let's say, for example, their traffic light is still not very good. They are working very hard. They are still improving. Take some more time. Okay, we put them on a 30 days probation. 30 days probation. And let's say, for example, within 30 days, they still cannot make it, then we may need to drop them. Okay, but if they are able to make it, then they can make payment and we renew them. All right. Now, renewal date, the payment, okay, there's a late fee. Do take note, there's a late fee for late payment, okay, and that will be on the mid of the month. Let's say, for example, April the 1st is the expiry date. That means the person do not pay by end of this month, okay, their name will be out from the system. So by the mid of this month, okay, around 15-16, they need to make payment already. If not, they need to pay an additional late fee of $40. And being in membership committee, you want to make sure they don't pay extra money, All right. So you make sure that the payment are on time. All right. So it can be done online, by the way. Just BNI Connect, click on the renewal, and it can be the renewal, the application process, and also the payment can be done already. All right, probation. Now, let's say, for example, they went through the probation. Okay, they still not able to up their score. They don't show improvement. They don't show the right attitude to the chapter. Okay, even with the help, then you can actually send them a non-renewal letter. All right. But of course, you need to also coach them out from the chapter as well, so that there won't be any bad aftertaste, but rather they exit accordingly because they know they are not able to contribute, although we would like them to be in. All right. So last but not least, we talk about managing dispute. Now, in the membership committee, definitely sometimes, especially when the chapter is bigger, there will be certain issues. So in terms of managing dispute, there's 5-step process. First thing, we look in the writing. They must write in either email or text. They must be written, not say not counted. Okay, write in. After that, VP need to contact the DC. Okay, that certain issues happen, and membership committee will need to interview both parties. All right, and of course, thereafter, the VP and the membership committee need to discuss. All right, and based on whether they actually disrupt any BNI policies or code of ethics, followed by resolution. If resolution can be made through majority vote. Now, what if there's no write-in? If there's no write-in, it's very hard for a person for the membership committee to do anything because there's no proof that the person lodged a complaint or lodged anything. That's why it cannot be a say thing. Say thing. Next time they lodge a complaint, then they say, I never lodged. Let me see what they do. I don't know. I also don't know what's happening. So it must be lodged officially. All right. So all these things, I won't touch too much on that because you get the PowerPoint slide and you see. But the main thing we talk about attendance, right, is actually to improve the attendance, okay, of the chapter, so that there won't be any too much of the substitute. Okay. So I'll run through very fast. And even sometimes they are not attending. Sometimes there may be a real reason behind it. So as an attendance coordinator, you may want to find a real reason why they're not attending. Is it because of some dispute with the fellow members? Is it something they don't like or whatever? We want to find a real reason. All right. Next, we also talk about late sub. Okay, sometimes they are late and sometimes they keep still. Sometimes behind it, there's also a reason for it. Okay, there's also a reason for that. That's the reason why we also want to find out. Because there can be certain disengagement. They are not bonded, they don't feel the connection, they don't feel the relationship, okay, with the chapter. So we also want to find out. Okay, so I just went very fast. Okay, so of course we want to avoid incorrect practices around substitute. Now substitute by request, okay, this is a substitute. Okay, it's not just a normal substitute. All right, as the name implies, with the S in front of them, okay, it doesn't represent substitute. It represents some of the BNI members coin them as super substitute, okay, or even professional substitute. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, have you ever experienced you see this guy, this Superman in a Superman suit? Okay, today substitute one of your member, okay, who's ID. Then next week, you see him. Wait, how come you come again? Are you coming as a visitor? No, I'm substitute another member. All right, have you actually experienced that? Okay, that's the reason why they're coined as super sub or professional sub. By the way, there's no such kind of thing in BNI context. All right, so this is very, very crucial. It actually damaged the credential of this Superman. It damaged the credential of your fellow members. Why do I say that? Now, BNI, we always talk about whether you have a network behind you, giving reference, something. If you always get the same sub, a super sub that comes, all right, it means to say that you don't have network. Okay. Secondly, if the super sub always represent different members, it also look back on them. Hey, come so many times, don't join. That means you're just coming to hunt, is it? Just to get connection. Hopefully, someone give you referral for some of the chapter free meal, is it? Also doesn't look good on that Superman. All right. So that's the reason why over here, membership committee need to take care, such that we don't have Superman in our chapter. All right. Very important that you can have certain restriction or even tell the members, perhaps next time you want to find another substitute, not this one. All right. Probably a Spider-Man instead. All right. Now, next one, I talk about referral. Referral, we want to look at the how many referrals member give per member per week lah. So these are information. So we want to see the number of referral increase. So that's the reason why the person in charge of referral will be focusing on this information, so that you can think of how to increase the referral. Okay, how to increase the number of so that certain members who are not getting referral, how can we help them? So these are things that they focus on, because referral is the lifeblood of the chapter, and that's the reason why most of us are in BNI ma. All right. So of course we also look at the thank you for close business, the person received, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this I'll just skip it. Okay, and even talk about referral, the person not getting referral, we also need to look at whether they are doing one-to-one, are they attending training, because all these activities do help in terms of getting referral. All right. Now, next thing we talk about thank you for close business given. All right. Of course, there may be a lot of referral, but if a lot of referral are just $10, $20, $100, you're not looking at this kind of referral, right? One person giving 10 friends buying a toothpaste that costs $10. This is not kind of referral you want, right? That's the reason why on top of referral, we also want to look at the amount of thank you for close business. Okay, business close, one big deal, bigger deal. All right. So over here, we also want to look at see how it's being spread. Okay, is there increment number of thank you the close business? How can we increase it? Perhaps by through certain collaboration, through certain discussion, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these are certain things that we want to look at as well. Because if you are in a chapter with a lot of referral, but the close business is very, very small, this just means to say that referral, I'm not sure whether it's authentic, quality referral, or just inside referral. That means member referring themselves to another fellow members. All right. I'll just skip this as well. Next time, visitor, we also want to look at how can we increase the number of visitors, okay, and at the same time, quality of visitors. And visitors, we are not talking about close trade, those conflicting trade, close trade, those are not considered visitor. All right, in this case. So, and basically we must have the inviting mindset. All right. Recently, Jonathan gave a very good training on inviting mindset. Of course, if your chapter is going through BOD, Business Open Day, and you need someone to talk about inviting mindset, yeah, Jonathan, here you go. Now, of course, next up, we also want to look at members who are not inviting regularly. That means some certain members may have zero visitors. Actually, I talked to some members, right? They don't invite because they think that visitors must join BNI, and that's the reason. This visitor won't join BNI one. That's why they never invite. Okay, which is actually it's a misconception. They must take note. The visitor come. Okay, of course, we would like them to apply to the BNI chapter, but at the same time, they may use members' product or services. We never know. So that's why during the visitor orientation, we talk about continuous source of new business. It can be from referral. It can also be from visitor. That's also one reason. All right. And of course, minimum one visitor per member per week, per month. Okay, sorry, one visitor per member. Okay. So training-wise, whether you are attending training, because training allows you opportunity to meet up with other fellow chapter members, cross-chapter members, at the same time opportunity for yourself to get referral or even give referral. All right. Now, of course, they are not represented in your chapter lah. All right. So this is also one aspect. We want to increase the number of people attending training because it's very important. If the members don't get trained, you also have an issue. Imagine this: a VP come here, membership committee all don't come to the membership committee training. Then how? Are you going to train them yourself? All right. So moving on. Retention, of course, we want to retain good members, so there are a lot of things that we look into, whether they're absentee, some still one-to-one, so forth. And after that, see how can I help them. Okay, all this can be gotten later on after today's training. You get this information. So I just skip that. All right, a lot of detailed stuff. Now, Go Green. Next session, we will have a Go Green coordinator part of training, but I won't go into that. But basically, in short, is to increase the number of green members in your chapter. All right. Next up, how to improve the member traffic light. Okay. On the mid of the first week of the month, Wednesday, you'll receive the member traffic light that looks something like this. A lot of green, some amber, some red. This over the past 6 months. All right. And you have some statistic over here. Okay. Is there improvement in green member, yellow member, or whatever? All right. Something like this. Okay. That means the number of red member is actually going downward, and after that, come out a bit. All right. In terms of attendance, how's the attendance so far? Is there improvement? In terms of the thank you for growth business, how many one-to-one? Is there increment in terms of one-to-one per member per week? Is there increment in terms of referral? Okay, these are increment. So over there, there's increment. Okay, how about visitors? How about training? All right. So over here, you can see that visitor up and down again, but the training, there's increment of people attending training. Okay, which is very good. So even this one comes out with the training, which training they attended, the physical training, the Zoom training lah. All right. So these are some trainings that our national office do hold. Okay, they even tell you, if let's say for example you want to up your score, what should you be doing? How many referrals you need to give? How many visitors you need to bring for next month to up your color? All right. So these are the score. Okay. Say for example you want to max out. That means this month you want to get 20 points for visitor. Okay. You just need to bring 2 visitors per month. 2 visitors per month. You want to max out in terms of referral, 1 referral per week. You want to max out in terms of attendance. Basically, just make sure you attend every meeting without lateness or even without any lateness. Substitute is still considered as attending present. All right. One-to-one a week. I think that's not an issue lah. So in short, minimum 60 point, easy one. Just make sure you attend every meeting on time. Okay. You attend training like this one. All right. You do one-to-one a week. 2, 4, 6. You got 60 point already. So in terms of training credit, right? If you attend 1 advanced training or leadership training or even this kind of training, you get 4 points, 4 credit point. Okay, so you actually score full point for this month already. Or alternatively, you can attend 4 hours of the BNI Business Builder or BNI University in short. Okay, so every hour is 1 credit point. So if you look at this in the past report, there's a training, BU, and credit. That means the person attended 5 training, 6 hours of BNI Business Builder, okay, and total up 26 points. How do we go about that? If I attend 5 training, each training is 4 credit points. Okay, so 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 6, 26. So your total point is 26. Okay. Now, how to read the chapter traffic light? Okay, so every LTRT we will showcase the the chapter traffic light. So where you are ranked, are you a green chapter, are you amber chapter, and so on and so forth. The statistic will be different from member traffic light. All right, so we look at chapter size, we look at the member growth for the past 6 months, the retention, the referral giving, all right, visitor per week, conversion, and also absentee. These are the key points, okay, that we look into in terms of determining the chapter traffic light. Okay, so give you an example of this chapter. Okay, this chapter has, let's say for example, more than 30. Okay. This chapter has more than 30 members, so basically full point for that. Right? Oh, sorry, 15 point. 15 point full point. So it has a negative growth, so basically less than 1, so it's 0 point. Retention, also. So basically you look at this thing, right? You just match accordingly. Okay. So at the end of the day, this chapter, all right, is a red chapter. Okay, so next thing is that if you look at this thing, right, for your chapter is like that. So what is the one thing you want to focus on? That's what we call power 1. Do you want to focus on attendance, or do you want to focus on growth, or referral, or visitor? Okay, so that's the part whereby during your monthly meeting you want to determine, okay, which is the one thing you want to focus on for the rest of this month. All right, and if you want to focus on, let's say for example, attendance, what should you be doing during that 1 month to up the attendance? All right. So how will we get where we want to be? It's all about goal setting. All right. From where to where. So basically, to create positive momentum, this is what we need to do. Okay. We set goal. At the same time, we also want to determine the teamwork. Okay, your team. So that's the part whereby we need to do certain activities which is income producing, what we call IPA, income producing activity. Even for your business, what is your income producing activity? So in BNI context, the income producing activity will be training, referral, and also inviting. Now, training, like I mentioned, is a point whereby you get trained how to give or receive more referral, how to train in your presentation skill, and so on and so forth. At the same time, you also meet up with cross-chapter members. So training allows you to increase your business. Now, next thing, of course, referral. You need to do one-to-one, you do feature presentation, stuff like that. That's a part whereby you give you referral and also inviting. Why? Because this means to say that you are networking, you have visitor to bring in, and visitor can be your another source of new business. Okay, that means fellow members who bring visitor could be also your new resources. All right, and we talk about SMART goal. As usual, we know about specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and also time-based. Now we talk about specific. In BNI context, we talk about goal. Preferably in terms of number. Say for example, what's the revenue you want to hit? All right, or sales target you want to hit for, let's say, this year. Okay, so we want to move into that more specific so they can measure it. Okay, and in terms of BNI context, is it attainable? Alright, is it relevant to fellow members as well? You want to have something that the members is definitely not able to give. That's a bit hard also lah. Alright, so we'll run through this a quick one. Okay, you can think about it in your mind. Alright, so you can take a pen and paper or even with your Word document, whatever, to write down as well. This is a quick thought process. Now, let's say for example, if you talk about sales target for the rest, let's say talk about 2021. What is your sales target or revenue target? Okay, for 2021. Assuming I put 1 million, all right, for my business, I want to hit 1 million in 2021. Now, if I want to hit 1 million, how much of it from BNI? It cannot be everything from BNI, ma. Okay, BNI is only one of your marketing channel. So how much I want to get through BNI? I want to get around 100,000. I think fair enough, which comes to around 10%. Okay, so this your, you want to hit how many from BNI? For me, around 10%. Normally from BNI, 10 to 20% is quite reasonable. Then the next thing I look at, what is my average value per transaction? That means I have small ticket item, I have big ticket item. On average, what is the amount? So let's say for example, every product I sell is average around $5,000. Now to get $5,000, how many transactions do I need to make in 1 year, in this year, in order for me to hit 100,000? Okay, I need to have 20 sales in order to hit 100,000. Now to get the 20 sales, what is my conversion? Definitely cannot 100% conversion unless you're a very super salesman. So on average, let's say for example, I talk about 20%. Okay, that means 2 out of 10 close deal. You give me 10 referral, I close 2 referral. All right, 20% conversion. So based on 20% conversion. Now, if let's say 1-to-1, every 1-to-1 should lead to a referral. Every 1-to-1 should lead to a referral. Which means to say that if you give me 10 referral, okay, I will close 2. Which means to say that how many referrals do I need a year? I only 100 referrals a year. 100 referrals a year. So number of referrals per week, we put on per week, is around 2 referrals per week. Okay. So number 1-to-1, which is around 1-to-2. Which means to say that you need to have at least 2 1-to-1 a week. Based on this thing. Okay, of course, this is an ideal scenario. Okay, you work on it for your own. So you should say that how much commitment and time in terms of 1-to-1 and so on and so forth do you need to make, okay, for your own business in BNI. Now, thereafter, we look at chapter team goal, because once you identify your personal goal, you also want to look at the whole chapter goal as a whole. So you can look into in terms of revenue. What's the whole chapter revenue goal? What's the member size that we want to go to? Okay, this is something that you need to discuss with your director consultant with LT as well. What's the retention rate? How many visitors we want to go for? Conversion rate. Okay, are we able to up the conversion rate by the visitor host, visitor orientation? Okay, member growth, attendance, all right, number referral, and in fact, we also want to see how can rank, okay, to be the #1 chapter in BNI Singapore. So these are people that actually can influence all this, all right. So that's the part where you come together, you decide with your director consultant. Perhaps this week after the training, you meet up with your director consultant and also your team to come together to set the chapter goal for the next term, all right. And you can enter it into BNI Connect. All right, very simple. Later on, we'll even have a video. I won't show it to you, just capture it first. I'm just telling you, in BNI Connect, there's also a segment of entering your chapter goal. All right, so inside there, you can actually, even when you set up your chapter goal, they even give you a mechanism. Okay, mechanism in the sense that chapter goal can be in terms of the member goal, can be the 1-to-1 referral, thank you for those business, and so on and so forth. And they even give you mechanism like recommendation. If you want to up your attendance, what can you be doing? You can choose one of them, okay, to implement in your own chapter. All right, and along the way, you will also be able to find out, okay, this is my chapter goal and so on and so forth. Currently, what's the current status? Then we discuss how can we improve it. We want to hit this, but we fall short. How can we improve? Okay, so that's the part whereby you will discuss on a regular basis. All right, so this is the link. All right, this do a snapshot. All right, or do a QR code, whatever. Okay, our Desmond actually did a video on how to enter your chapter goal into the BNI Connect. All right, if not, okay, look out for your DC. All right. All right. And last but not least, ask not what your country can do for you, or rather not what your chapter can do for you, but rather what it can do for your chapter. And with that, I pass on to Chris.